to the next step, which is finding out that this thing is like filthy. It's terrible. Because we took the top off, and we'll start pulling the console and wiring out so we can. I put seam sealer down some of the seams around where we put the fenders in places I wanted to put seam sealer. And now we're trying to pull it apart the rest of the way, pull the console out, and sand everything and get ready to spray the inside of it with liner. Let's see how that goes. I'm gonna try 2 coats of lizard skin sound control and 2 coats of the insulation, ceramic insulation, and then a top coat. So, never done it before, but and we talked to a buddy of mine about doing it, but I think we're gonna try it ourselves. So we're gonna start sanding and prepping and see how it goes. So this is the next day. We're hopefully to get this lizard skin sprayed in a day, or at least the first coating of the sound. I guess the whole coating of the sound deadener. We had to, but they don't want you to spray it on bare metal. So last night, once we got through sanding everything, trying to clean everything out, it says any bare metal spots you need to take and paint with primer. So this is a paint and primer together that we sprayed this with. We're hoping that it works, because that's all we had. I mean, so yeah. If it messes up, but we don't want it to. This is really good paint. It stays on great. We've not had it to chip or anything, and I've used it for years now. Really, and it bites good. We sanded everything really good with a good Scotch-Brite, and like I said, and then we done that, and it's dried overnight. We left the heat on in the shop so it stayed in the 60s all night in the shop. It's good and dry, so hopefully that works. All the seam sealer seems to be dry that we put on, because they wanted it to dry and have paint or primer over it, and that's all. Oh yeah, it's hard this morning.
That's what she said.
So that's good. So now we got everything covered up. I got to tape up some more around the doors that we didn't tape up last night. Resand all of this. Yesterday we just sanded with some green Scotch-Brite. It said recommends the red Scotch-Brite like we got here. It's a little coarser, I think, than the green. I couldn't tell you how coarse it is, but because it don't really say, but it's just a red Scotch-Brite pad, and that's what it said use in the instructions. So we're gonna get all this scuffed down in the back. I got and scuffed the spots in the floor that I primed. I gotta do some more taping, because like the legs here, I'm not gonna spray the legs of the thing. I'm gonna leave them black, so I'm gonna tape off around the bottom. Actually, I may tape off and not spray the bolts either, just so if we have to take the cage back out, we're not cutting it. And I got just done the gas pedal, got the gas pedal, brake pedal wrapped with aluminum foil. I got a couple wires to tie up, make sure they out of the way, and I got to cover up the console just a little bit better. But other than that, we get it. Hopefully about an hour, we'll be ready to spray some liner. You spray one coat and they say to crisscross it, so you spray one way and then spray the other way, so that way it gets supposed to get an even coverage. So hopefully we got enough to do it, but we're gonna find out because we got a gallon of each. It may not turn out quite as thick as what they recommend, but anything's gonna be tons better than what we had. So you spray one coat and then it's like 30 minutes. You spray the other coat, and then once the last coat goes on, then we'll have to let it set for, they want you to let the sound deadener set for 24 to 36 hours. Then come in and spray the ceramic insulation. Then you let it set, and then we got a top coat to spray on it out of spray cans, which is supposed to like seal everything. Or you can actually, my couple guys I'll talk to and my buddy, he sprayed the rattle liner over the top of it. But we're just going to use their top coat and go with it from there. Alright, so we've been 24 hours since we sprayed the sound control. You need more than a gallon. So anybody doing a TJ, it says 2 gallons, but I've seen a JK sprayed with 2 gallons of each. 2 gallons of sound control, 2 gallons of the ceramic insulation. But I think to get the very best coverage like they want you need to order, if you're going to do a TJ, order 2 gallons of the sound control and 2 gallons of insulation, because I have some spots. I thought I had everything pretty thick, and we stuck the mill gauge in it to start with, and then the last time I didn't because I run out. I thought I had everything good and thick, especially in the corners, but we come in this morning and it had some cracking because it does shrink. Once it dries, it shrinks a little bit. We still got to do the sound or the insulation, but it does have a little bit of cracking. It won't chip off. It's not chipping off. I done tried to mess with it, but it's either that or the way it dried. Because I had down through there, I laid it thick on both sides, and it still cracked, but I got 2 coats of insulation to do and then a top coat. So I'm hoping it'll cover up. It's gonna be fine. It's still a lot better than what we had. And for our first time doing it, not knowing, it covered really good around here and around the door sills when I done it, and they didn't crack. But I had it pretty daggone thick. It will be black when we get done. It goes from a real light gray to this dark gray when it dries. But you can tell the difference already in just the sound of it. So I'm pretty happy with it. It lays down great. I love the texture. It just, I needed, the only way you can learn is to do it. First time we've ever sprayed any liner or anything like, I mean, I sprayed the bed liner out of spray cans. That's what the door jams was done with to start with. And it lasted for a couple years. And I've sprayed paint, but I've never sprayed the liner stuff. So, it's what it is. We're gonna spray the insulation tonight, let it dry a little bit, and then spray the last coat of insulation, and then wait another 24 to 36 hours and spray the top coat tomorrow evening. It's light. This is a lot lighter, but it's thick. So, see what happens. Alright, so tonight we're spraying the final coat, which is in a spray can. Punky's gonna help us. It's the lizard skin top coat. So this is supposed to, I guess, like seal it, and it's gonna be black, make it black instead of the dark gray. So I'm ready to get it sprayed, see what it's gonna look like, and get it all untaped. So, and be done with this job. But the insulation sprayed, I didn't quite have enough to do the 2 coats, but it did cover up everything pretty good. So all looks good, and we're gonna spray this on there and see how it turns out and go from there. The floorboards don't look too bad. Alright, so we got the coating done. I done got it untaped, everything. We put our little things back in here around the coilovers. I think it turned out pretty good, even though I didn't have quite as much as they recommended. I do got some more top coat, and I may spray some of that in the floorboards again, give it another coat, because it's still gonna sit a while. But it has cured out. It's been about 6 days probably since we sprayed that last, and it's cured out to dry. I think it looks pretty good. It's got a little bit of light texture to it. The door jams turned out really good. So I think there's a couple light spots that are dried in the floor pans, but I can spray them without having to tape it back up. But that's good. It looks great for 10 times better than it did. So we're happy with it. And now on to the bump stops and trying to get it back together. But first, like, share, subscribe, hit the little notification bell so you can keep up with us putting it back together, and we're gonna get the bump stops installed, and we appreciate the support. We'll see y'all later.